making Derby weekend brunch. I started a bunch of stuff ahead of time here so that you don't have to wait through everything. On our menu is honey carrots, cut in escoffier style, known as quarter roll. We have stewed basil tomatoes. Back here we have minted peas. I've got roasted rosemary redskins coming out of the oven just a little bit. And we're going to start some country ham gravy, which I know you'll love. One of my favorites. Not unlike country gravy, only it's made with country ham. So, we'll try and get you over here where you can see. We've got a little vegetable olive oil blend in there. We're going to sweat some fine diced onions here. I don't know how to make chat appear, but hopefully somebody's in there. There we are. Hey, Debbie. Thanks for joining us. Glad you could show up. Anyway, let's get these things cooking. Our honey carrots are cooking along. We're going to bring our minted peas back up to temperature. Stewed tomatoes are doing great. And this is our melted butter for our hollandaise. We've got country ham eggs Benedict today. I'll show you how I make my hollandaise. Carrots a little are not quite cooked. A little bit of butter. That's what these onions with. Okay. Country ham gravy. Country ham gravy, I start with some finely sliced country ham. I get from the deli or at the grocery. And we just shred it down nice and fine. I use baked country ham. It's not as salty as the usual country ham, so it's a little better for you. Of course, we're adding heavy cream, so there goes the health food out the window. already did our biscuits earlier, and I'm gonna put a video up later with the biscuit recipes. I recorded all of it. We made scratch cat head biscuits. They're pretty good. I think you'll like them. Let me get some of these out of the trash. All right. There's our cat heads. They came out pretty good. I stole one. Okay, these onions are sweated. Just opaque. We're going to take them a little bit longer. Build up that sweet. Then we're going to add our country gravy. Or country ham, excuse me. And then the helper. Heavy cream. Before I have this heavy cream, I'm going to throw in a tablespoon of butter. Or flour. A little bit of flour is going to help us tighten this up a little bit. Just about a tablespoon and a half of flour. Cook that in a little bit. You don't need to cook the flour too much because we're going to bring this heavy cream down quite a bit. That heavy cream is good stuff. So I always let the container sit upside down for a minute and get the rest of that. Get the rest of that out of there. And a little black pepper. We're not going to add any salt to this because that country ham has plenty in it. Not too much, but plenty. All right. almost time for our roasted red skins. We put a little rosemary on them. I cooked the red skins in some poaching water. And threw them in the roasting pan and just gave them just a little bit of color. We don't need them too brown. Our peas are just about right back there. All right. Turn that up a little bit and let it start reducing. About a little more than half. And this would be yummy. Let's move some stuff around here a little bit. Drain the peas. Set those up here out of the way. That gravy back. And give me some room for my grits. We're going to do cheesy buttered grits. In the Gripper recipe, these are non-instant grits, ground Quaker grits. We're bring this to a boil. Get us a touch of salt in here. And then we're going to need a little butter. Grits love butter. Our egg yolks already separated here for our hollandaise. I'll bring you in real close when we get to make that. Gravy getting better already. Okay, let this boil. Our tomatoes are stewing away. We'll just let them go. Covered, they won't dry out. They'll come out real nice. Okay, once we get our grits done, we're going to cook them for about 20 minutes. And once we get those, we'll add a little butter, maybe a touch of milk, and add some cheese. I got some nice shredded Gruyere cheese for the grits. Then we'll put on our hollandaise pot. We're going to cook our hollandaise in this, and then we're going to poach our eggs in it. I did a lot of this stuff early to try to make this show not last forever. With all this stuff cooking, I'd like to interact a little bit more, but that's a little bit difficult. So just hang out there, folks. Stuff's cooking. Some of my coffee. Well, I think we'll mint our peas while you're on. I just got some fresh mint. Pick some leaves off of here, shred them up a little bit. Looks good with butter. Let's sit there. Season this up a little bit, a little while. This country gravy's almost done. My son's here with me. Give me a spoon, would you? Just a regular teaspoon. Other side. Any spoon. Yes, thanks. I don't care if you can't cook. You throw a heavy cream on something, it's going to be good. All right. Water's boiling for the grits. Grits are in. The gravy is going off. Carrots are still cooking. Potatoes are done. Peas are done. Stewed tomatoes are done. We're moving right along, folks. We need to try one of these cat head biscuits. Came out nice. Nice little brown on the bottom. Well, they're tender. I'll give you that. Those will make great eggs Benedict. And gravy biscuits. Want a little biscuit with some gravy on it there, buddy? Feeding my helper. you go. Country ham gravy on a cathead biscuit. What happens when you don't stir your grits? That's better. Carrots are still a little crispy. All right. A touch cooler in here wouldn't hurt anything, but sorry about the noise, folks. It's pushing 60 something and this stove is rolling. So it's a little warm. Woke up this morning to go to the store and it was 36 degrees. Yeah, not much fun. Especially since I don't have the top up on my little 95 Geo tracker. So it was a little chilly trip to the store. All right. Coming up on holidays time. I texted a friend of mine earlier, see if he was available for the show. I think he's probably busy in church. And he taught me how to make hollandaise 50 years ago next month when I was just a young pup. He's got a couple, 3 years on me, but he was a very good chef. His father was a chef. And he taught me when I was just 16 years old how to make hollandaise. Whoa! Okay. That was a touch warm. There. Warm our hollandaise up, butter up a little bit here. Turn this oven down to way low. And get some of this food plated. peas. A little mint garnish. And there we go. Okay, we got our biscuits. Potatoes. Carrots are about done. Stewed tomatoes are working. Gravy's about done. We're going to leave that in the pot so it stays nice and warm. Well, thanks for joining us. I see Debbie's there. If anybody else is out there, say something. Sure let you know you're out there. I was supposed to go live yesterday morning at 8 o'clock, and we lost internet in the whole house. We finally got it back later in the afternoon so that we could watch the Derby, but I called it up on my iPad with my telephone hotspot anyway, so I didn't miss much. But it's working now, so we went live today, a little bit late, but here we are. Waiting for my hollandaise water to come up, then we're going to make some hollandaise sauce. That's pretty close. Let's finish these grits up. We're going to try a little trick with these grits. Throw a little bit of buttermilk in there. And some shredded Gruyere cheese. Not bad. Not bad at all. That Gruyere works really well with those. Okay. Coming up on holidays here, folks. Carrots are kind of firm. All right. Good to hollandaise sauce is keeping the bowl from moving around on you. Once you start adding butter to it. Now, I always add just a little touch of vinegar. A couple of tablespoons. Done. We're going for the big guy. There we go. And just touch of warm water. Just a touch of warm water. That should do it. Okay, wait. Move me over here. Okay, we can see this bowl. I want to see the bottom of this bowl. There you go. Alright, trick to know when this is done. That was kind of warm, so we're going to pull it off for a little bit. You'll see little wisps of the copper at the bottom of the bowl when these eggs are cooked. When you can see just a little tiny wisp made by the whisk wire, you know it's getting thick enough that you're done. Now this isn't very much, and this copper pot is real conductive. Copper bowl. This isn't going to take long. Yeah, I can see it's already about there. My chefs used to yell at me, tell me I'm scrambling eggs. We are there. All right. Let's add some butter. Very slow to start. Just dribbles. Let me get a fine rail. You know one trick I like to use, when you melt your butter, there's always a little bit of whey down at the bottom. That's water. And when your hollandaise starts to get a little thick, you just reach down there and grab some of that. That should do it. That was 4 egg yolks, and about 3/4 of a pound of butter. And it's still nice and warm. Okay. A little bit of lemon juice. That's the salt. Real careful. And a teaspoon there. Yep. Taste them. Yep. All right. Coming down the home stretch here, folks. Perfect. Haven't forgotten yet. Well, just one thing left to do here, folks. We're going to change out our water, make some poaching liquid. Tomatoes are all done. Alright folks, we're going to let this poaching liquid come up. Give us just a few minutes on that. If you're busy, do whatever you need to do. Come back in like 3 minutes and we're going to poach us some eggs and serve us some egg Benedict. Appreciate y'all joining us. Like I said, this is my first live stream. This is kind of a big menu for a little kitchen. But my wife and I like it. It serves our purpose. We have 26-year-old twin boys who do not live at home anymore. But this kitchen's plenty for my wife and I, and for me to do a few shows now and again. Poaching eggs, a little bit of vinegar. That helps keep them together. Touch salt. So who does dishes, folks? No, I'm the pot guy. Glazed carrots. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell these stewed tomatoes, folks. I'm the only tomato lover in the house. Those are nice. Well, we missed yesterday, so no meat juleps, folks. That was a dirty day. We didn't make it. Can you get all that bourbon stuff out of there in the eggs? Program. Lives in the plates pile, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm all right. We're about set, folks. We're ready to cook some eggs. And I made just perfect. Nice. Pull those out of there. There we go. Boy, this tripod of mine keeps hanging on. What? Alright, let's put some eggs. water, Brian. I left you all over there on poached eggs. So, okay, one more thing to do. Some of this ham. Yeah, get some pots. Let's get these warm. That's perfect. I usually don't use metal tongs in my nice pans, but today we're doing it. There we go. All right. Let's get us some eggs. I don't have enough serving you things here, but we're going to let y'all come and get what you want, family. All right, everybody. Let's drop some holidays on these things and let you get back to your lives. All right. My helper son. Is that good? That plate?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there it all is, folks. We have roasted redskins, carrots, grits, country ham gravy. Okay. Yes. Minted peas. Almost forgot about those. All right. I'll let y'all go now. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. I'm Chef Brian K. Thanks for joining us, Debbie. Appreciate it. You all have a good rest of your day.